Welcome back, dear children. Now we are learning prepositions, right? So this slide you have seen on, beside, above, between, in front of, behind, under, near, all these are prepositions, right? Prepositions of place, right? Prepositions of place usually indicate position that are easily discernible. The three most common prepositions are on, at, in. So what makes this interesting here? The three prepositions are used to indicate both time as well as place. That is why we are insisting these three words. On, at and in will indicate preposition of time as well as preposition of place. Right? So example is here. The cup is on the kitchen table. The cups are in the kitchen cupboard. We like the cups at the supermarket. So, on, in, at will come both in preposition of place as well as in preposition of time. You have to identify based on the sentence. Right? So, here also the same example of preposition in, on, below, above, near, far, behind, in front of, onto, off, into, out of, around, see here, around, among, between, opposite. All these words again and again when you search in net or when the teachers are teaching preposition, they'll all show this. But you should be in a position to classify which type of preposition all these are. Right? So what we are learning is preposition of place. Right? Rule number 1. When you refer to something with the surface, when the surface is touching each other, okay, when the surface is touching each other, for example, a book is here, book is on my hand. See the surface, both the surface are touching each other. Then we will call it as on. Okay. When the surface is little bit, it is not touching my hand, but it is called as over. When it is long back, example fan. Fan is on the top, right? So when I'm mentioning that, then it is called above, right? On is surface has to touch each other. Over surface will not touch each other, but a little bit of distance. And above there is a lot of distance between the two objects, right? So examples, the clock hangs on the wall. The names of the deceased are on the tombstones. The books are on the desk in the study table. The writing on the wall had to be removed. So all these are examples of on. Rule number 2. When you refer to something inside or confined, use a preposition in. The manual is in the cupboard drawer in the shed. Cupboard drawer in the shed. The manual is in the cupboard drawer in the shed. The girls are in the shopping mall buying Christmas present. The bolts are in the jar in the shed. David left the book in the car. So all these are examples of in. Now, when you refer to specific point, use the preposition at. Rebecca is at work at the moment. Specific point. When you are referring a specific point, then you have to use at. Candace will meet David at 8 p.m. at the restaurant. The minister will meet at church for Bible study. I will meet Candace at midnight on New Year's Eve. So Candace is the name of the person. So here at is used at the specific point. right? So there are several more prepositions of place that we are seeing all the pictures based on preposition of places, under, over, near, behind, outside, inside and between. Just one example for each, then we will go to the next slide. Okay, the ball rolled under the cupboard. The boy jumped over the fence. The dog was near the swimming pool. The bedroom was behind the door. The puppy was outside the house. The cat was inside the house. The thief hid behind between the shed. Hid is the past tense word for hide. Okay, hide, hid. The thief hid between the sheds. Is it clear, dear? So on, under, next to, in front of, behind, between, around, through. All these pictures again and again I am showing this to have a remembrance about the prepositions, right? So this is a match and you have to match. You cannot drag this because this is an image. So you have to match it. So write first one. What is the answer? So first answer, first picture is this. Let us come in this row first. Then we will complete that row. Then in between. Okay. So 1, 2, and this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6 and this is 7. Like a rectangular box I'm coming, right? We will complete it here. How many words are there? In front of, in front of, in, next to, between, over, on, behind and under. So please match it and write the answer. This is your homework, right? Next is preposition of movement. Okay. So preposition of movement, down the stairs, up the stairs. Down the stairs is coming down from the stairs. Up the stairs, climbing up the stairs. Out of the box, into the box. You're throwing into the box, taking the ball out of the box. Towards the box, can you able to see the arrow? Ball is coming towards the box. Ball is going away from the box. See the arrows. Okay. Past the box. It is passing over the box. See that arrow? It is not touching the box. Onto the box. Off the box. Around the cube. Around. See the picture. Around. Fantastic representation. Under the box. So all these are position of movement, moving objects, right? So now we are going to learn in detail about a preposition of movement. Preposition of movement indicate direction in which something or someone is moving. The most common preposition of movement is to. Okay, Candace will move to the beach house for Christmas. David went to the beach every day over the holidays. Dad went to the park to play ball with the children. The puppy went to the park for puppy training with Rachel. So other prepositions of movement add specific context. We saw all the pictures across, through, into, over, down, up, past and around. All these are prepositions of movement. Okay. So here also prepositions of movement are there. On, in, beside, with, between, below, across. So here all mixed prepositions. It's not only a preposition of movement, all other prepositions are also there. And mainly I chose this picture to show you across, right? When referring to movement from one side to another, use the preposition across. When you are moving from one side to another, use the preposition across. The ball rolled across the field very quickly. The dog ran across the oval with its owner while the game was in action. Billy and Bailey swam across the lake in record time during the holidays. The explorer tracked across the desert early in the morning to avoid the heat. So, across is the main word here. Across is just moving from one side to another. When referring to movement from inside to outside or outside to inside, you have to use through. The angry man put his first fist through the wall. The angry man put his fist through the wall. The car passed through the tunnel on its way to the airport. The baseball went through the window when the children were playing in the backyard. During the storm, the large hail went through the roof and destroyed the home. So, through is a movement from inside to outside or outside to inside. Rule number 3 is when referring to the movement that enters or looks inside. Okay, already in is there. So into, now into. What is the difference between in and into? Yes, dear. Refer and tell me what is the difference between in and into. When referring to the movement, now itself I gave a clue. What is the difference between in and into? I gave the clue now. So tell me the answer. Right? Very good. When referring to the movement that enters in or look inside, we use the preposition into. So for moving objects, we will use the word into. For the object which is constant or which can be moved by somebody else, then it is in. When it is there, simply, then we will use the word in. When the object is moving, then we will use the word into. Jonathan went into the shed to get his carpenter's tool. The crowd looked into the night sky to spot the shooting star. Rachel swam into the cave to rescue the dog. Car drove into the fence when the driver lost control. So, into is a preposition of movement. Okay. So, rule number 4. Is it clear here? Into, is it clear? Right. When referring to a specific direction or movement, use the preposition over, down, up, past and around. So, one example, and you all know all these words before itself. The car traveled over the slippery road during the rainstorm. The escapees ran down the road to avoid capture. The man climbed up the mountain during the Christmas holidays. Candace ran past David to reach the finish line in record time. The lost driver drove around the block several times before finding the route to his friend's place. So, children, now rule number 4 for direction of movement is also over. Now, see here, fantastic picturization of preposition of movement. Over. See the arrow mark and the rabbit. Okay. What is there? Carrot is there. And the rabbit jumping over. Past. It is moving. Moving very fast on the way to the tree. Next, around. It is rotating around. Towards. No, into. Into, it is moving into the shed kennel. Here, onto. On the top. Off. From the box, it is coming out. Towards is, rabbit is moving towards the carrot. Through, see that it is moving through that wood, log of wood. Here, across, crossing the road, you could have seen across. Out of, coming out of the hat. Okay. I hope preposition of movement will be